Hey everyone, RJ here. Welcome back to the channel, and today I'll be doing an unboxing of the Nokia G300 for Straight Talk Wireless. So the Nokia G300 is a phone you can buy right now at Walmart for $149.99. Now, prices are always subject to change. That's the current price at the recording of this video. Now, this is a 5G device and works on the Verizon network. You can look here at the front of the box here and see a 6.5-inch HD Plus display, the battery, talk time, triple lens. I'll get into all that here in a little bit. Open up the flap up here and you will see some more specs. Really nice. Got a 6.5-inch HD Plus display. It has a triple lens camera, 16 megapixel main lens, plus 5 megapixel plus 2 megapixel lens, an 8 megapixel front facing camera. It has 64 gigabytes of internal storage and a 2 gigahertz plus 1.8 gigahertz octa-core processor. Let's go ahead and take it out of the box. Okay, so here's the phone right on top. We'll go ahead and pull this out and put it to the side for a little bit, and we'll see what they include here in the box. So we got your quick start guide, got your straight talk stuff like this here. Back here's all your manual and stuff like that. You also got a USB Type-C charging cable, and you have your Nokia wall adapter as well as a SIM ejection tool. So phone is now in hand, and first impressions of holding the phone is that, it's nice. It's kind of a generic looking phone, but really what's wrong with that? It's a nice looking phone. You can tell it's made out of plastic. It's a plastic back, plastic frame. You got that typical, Nokia circular camera up there with a triple camera and the flash, the Nokia branding, and the TracFone logo down here at the back. On the right side here, of course, is your power and doubles as a fingerprint scanner with your volume rocker. On top, got a microphone. On the left, you got the SIM and SD card tray, as well as that awful Google Assistant key. On the bottom, you got the headphone jack, microphone, Type-C charging port, and bottom firing speaker. And on the front is your 6.5-inch display, Nokia branding down here at the bottom, your front-facing camera. Let's go ahead and boot this phone up. Alright, so first power up here of the Nokia G300. It's been a while since I've unboxed and even used a Nokia phone. So anyway, I'll go ahead and get it all set up, and I'll come back when it's finished. Okay, so we're all set up now and ready to go. Let's go take the phone out. Now this phone can be opened up different ways, of course. You can, of course, use your PIN, your pattern, or password to get into your phone. The side-mounted scanner opens just like that. Also, face unlock. We'll check that out now. You can see it works good. No problems. It's quick. There we go. And it has a little haptic feedback, which is really nice. And the haptic feedback is actually pretty good here on this phone, in my personal opinion. Also, my index finger. Press it now, and there you go. Not the fastest in the world, but hey, it does a good job. It's quick enough. So anyway, now looking at the display here, it is a 720p display, but honestly, it done a good job. It's a good looking panel here on this phone. Of course, it does wash out a bit whenever you tilt it, but who uses their phones tilted anyway? You're looking at it head on, and head on, it looks really good. Now swiping up here, it is adding some apps, some game apps, stuff like that. Preloaded apps here like Facebook, of course, on everything, TikTok, stuff like that, Does got an FM radio and all that kind of good stuff there. So yeah, let's go pull the drop down here, and we'll just kind of browse around the phone a little bit. You got your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, of course, your flashlight, battery saver, screen recorder, of course, screenshot. You can go in here and also edit all of those, and you got all this stuff here as well that you can add to the home if you would so choose to. But anyway, let's go to the settings here for a little bit, and we'll see what this Nokia offers. Alright, so here at the network and internet, connected devices, you do see here that it does have NFC. So I am surprised to see that here on this phone, but it does have it. You can cast your screen, Android Bing, your printing services, Chromebook, Android Auto, Nearby Share, all that stuff going on there. Now here at the battery, so I just checked, and the battery is a 4470 milliamp hour battery. Let's go ahead and turn on the battery percentage up there in the corner. And of course, I will test this battery out, and see how good it is on battery. So back out of there, down here at display, let's turn on dark theme. This is kind of washing out on my display for some reason. Yeah, looks much better. You can adjust your white balance. That's a brightness. We can turn that off. Advanced, got your screen timeout, your default size, lock location screen, stuff like that. Typical stuff. And this does have 64 gigabytes of storage. 14 gigs is already being used by the system, but you do got an SD card slot for your pictures and videos, so that's also a plus. Down here, security, you do have your screen unlock, your fingerprint, face unlock, smart lock, and all that kind of good stuff going on there. So let's go down here to system, and you will see down here gestures. Let's see, jump to camera, system navigation. So it does have the gestures that I have been using, or you can go back with the 3 buttons down here at the bottom for the back, home, and recents buttons. So your choice there. And power menu, lift to check phone, Google Assistant button, we're going to turn that off. And that cannot be remapped for anything else, unfortunately. So that button on the side over there is basically useless. There's like 10 different ways to use Google Assistant on your phone nowadays. So having that button, in my opinion, is just a waste of space. Mute on pickup and stuff like that. Now, scrolling on down, you will see a system update is already available for this phone. The patch is for November of 2021, so I'm expecting it to get probably several updates once I get this phone here, you know, up and running and everything. So yeah, there you go. Now going back home here, you see it's installing all this kind of stuff here that you can uninstall that stuff as well, which is really nice. But the phone, you know, first impressions, it feels really good. Now this phone does run the Snapdragon 480. Now that's a processor that a lot of these manufacturers are using for their 5G chips, okay? Because the 480 is a 5G chip. And honestly, you know, you hear a 480 processor and you might think, oh, that's kind of weak and all. No, actually the 480 is not a bad processor. It actually performs very well, does a very good job at doing what it's supposed to do, okay? Now, the thing of being for no heavy gaming and continuous stuff like that, I mean, it's going to be good for your social media, for viewing videos and movies, stuff like that, for just your ordinary, everyday use of a phone. And for 150, so far from what I'm seeing, it's not bad. Now, yes, it does have bezels along the side. They are a bit thicker than I've been used to seeing here lately, but honestly, it's not a big deal for me. I know it is for some, but honestly, it's bezels. It's not a deal breaker by any means. But 4 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of storage. But you do got a fingerprint scanner. You know, you got face unlock, got a headphone jack here at the bottom. Does got an FM radio. The fingerprint scanner works good. The screen looks good. And honestly, I'm not seeing any issues here. But before I get out of here, we will take a brief look here at the camera to see what we can record in and all that kind of good stuff there. So here right up top, you got your 2x zoom and your ultra wide angle lens right here, which I took a little bit there to go back to, but you know, not too bad. This button over here is to beautify, so if you can use that if you want to. Up here, you got different stuff, like this button up here is motion on, motion off. But we'll go into the settings here and see what we got. So you got your shutter sound, your grid location, haptic feedback. Now right here is your data storage. So right now, set the phone memory. Put an SD card into your phone. You can change it to external storage. That means you can, you know, all your pictures and videos can go to your SD card. Long press on shutter, mirror photos for front camera, watermark, video resolutions. So the rear camera, you can record at 1080p at 30 frames and 60 frames. So it's nice to see you can record 1080p at 60 frames here on this phone. No 4K, that's no problem in my personal opinion. Now the front camera only has one at 1080p at 30 frames per second. So yeah, video stabilization, that's also present on this phone as well. Now up here at 4x3, it just shows you can take pictures of 1x1, 4x3, 16:9, or full resolution. Of course, video here, you got the 2x zoom here as well. And of course, your ultra wide angle lens right there. So all that kind of good stuff. Portrait mode, just shows you what all you can do in portrait mode there. So typical stuff. Your night mode, and you also got more for your time lapse, panorama, dual sight. So you can see the front and rear. I believe that's what that is. So let's see, let's skip that right there. So yeah, it shows you the rear camera and the front camera there. That's a really nice feature, and Nokia's been doing that, you know, for quite a while on their phones. You can switch that around as well. So pretty nice features here, my personal opinion. Actually, let's do that one more time. Up here, You can change if you want, you know, just selfie in the corner and the main being on the rear, or split just like that. So honestly, pretty cool feature there here on this phone. And for $150, in my personal opinion so far, it's not bad. Yes, you know, it does not have some features, you know, but I mean, the phone's $150. You're not going to get a flagship phone or a mid-range phone on a phone that costs $150. You're just not going to. But my first experience with the Nokia after quite some time, and so far, I'm pretty impressed with this phone. So that's all I want to say right now about the Nokia G300 5G. Self-informative anyway. Hit that like button. Any questions you may have, leave it down below. If you're new around here and haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. Clicking that bell on for all notifications for future videos coming up soon. That'd be appreciated. Y'all have a good one, and thanks for watching.